Podcast for life.
Doggy Charles. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. The microphone messiah. Yeah. It's the microphone messiah. And Mr. No Days Off. Microphone messiah. Mr. No Days Off. Phil, Brandon, what's good, y'all? Let's go. Bullet Cast host. Look, this is the time for us to be great on podcasts. Let you know this is the time and how the vibe lasts. This is the feeling of time and when we on it. You know we got no time for no opponent, just the feeling. This is the time of the greats on everything that we say. You know we about getting paid.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone messiah, Phillip Antoine, and I'm joined by Marlee, formerly of the High Wrestling Podcast, now of the Bullet Cast Podcast, and Brandon Tanguma of the Bullet Cast Podcast and Curveballs and Chair Shots. Occasionally, he's under the radar.
Yep, more often than normal now that AEW just, pumps out these pay-per-views.
Right. What's going on, guys?
Just came back from 100-degree heat, over 100 degrees, and yeah.
Yes, tell us about your trip. How was it?
The trip was fun. We were just in the house most of the time because it was too hot to do anything. My aunt is very bougie, respectfully, so she had to go to the Louis Vuitton store, and I got to be rich for like a couple hours because they gave it champagne. So that was nice. But other than that, we were in the house watching The Twilight Zone. It was too hot.
They just giving out champagne in the Louis Vuitton store.
Oh yeah, you get champagne, you get Evian, and I'm like,
if you just walk in?
No, if they're helping you out, and
okay, so can I window shop and get champagne and not buy anything?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, you have to make a purchase to get champagne.
You have to work with someone. You have to work with one of the attendants. It's a whole process, and I'm kind of glad that I'm up here and not down there because I could not live that bougie lifestyle. I cannot.
I don't think I've ever been in a Louis Vuitton. I think I've been in like a real Gucci store. I think I've done that.
When I went to Orlando, there was like a outlet. I think it was an outlet mall or something, but it had like the fancy stores. I forget what it was, if it was Gucci or Louis Vuitton. I never really felt racially profiled in my life, but I felt like they were looking at me funny walking through that store.
Listen, that was an out of my tax bracket experience.
Oh Jesus! Wow, this is something. This is something.
Yeah, I was in there with a dress covered in lint and dirty ass Vans.
I think they had like a price tag and it said like 150, and I was like, oh, this is only like $150, and they're like, no, that's like 1,500. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, bro.
It was like a wallet or something.
There was one when I went to this Gucci store, or it might have been Versace. It might have been a Versace store. It's when I was living in Texas. This dude bought like 3 things, and it was like $300 like $3,500. I was like, blood. Why your shirt a rack? Why is the shirt $1,000?
No, the prices they were giving, I was like, can I hold like at least 20, 30?
What you got for $20? Well, the water is $400. What?
I don't even think you can. They don't have stickers, but we probably couldn't even afford a sticker. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
A sticker? Why is a sticker $75?
Exactly.
But you know what isn't $75? Melanin Mafia stickers. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Get them when you see the Melanin Mafia at your local indie shows. And we are taking pre-orders. We are taking pre-orders for shirts. Sizes small to XL to $25, 2X to 4X are $30. Ladies and gentlemen, Cash App or Venmo Sancho Demira, and let them know what size you need. And the sooner we get all these pre-orders filled, the sooner we can get these shirts printed out. We're trying to have them for a special occasion, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, sir. But Marlee, let's talk about Money in the Bank. What are your teas? What are your thoughts?
I liked Money in the Bank. The women's Money in the Bank. Well, I had Bluey on the TV because the kids were there, and Money in the Bank, so my brain was going back and forth. But the women's Money in the Bank was one of my favorites. The Chelsea Green spot was insane. Men's Money in the Bank was questionable. Sammy and Braun, they did what they had to do. Yeah, and the Bloodline six-man tag team match was pretty good. I had a feeling they were going to win because they got to set up Roman's return. But all in all, I feel like it was a decent Money in the Bank. I didn't have any complaints.
Yeah, the spot of Solo put on the headset backstage just to say acknowledge me. I love it. I might have to wear headsets after matches and tell these people to. I don't know. I don't have a catchphrase, but you know. Oh
Yeah.
man. Let's talk about WrestleMania XL Behind the Curtain. It is the long-awaited documentary that we've been waiting for WrestleMania 40. It was supposed to happen the week after WrestleMania, but it got delayed months, and here we are. And the memes that have come from it are hilarity. You know, the Rock. It's just a photo of him with his hands up explaining something, and I mean the memes are like, and I told Tony Khan to start AEW, and I told Vince to call it WrestleMania. And I told Roman to call himself the Tribal Chief, and just all these things. Marlee, what are your thoughts on the behind the curtain?
Do you know The Rock told me personally to go train at West Coast?
Do you know The Rock told me call it the Melanin Mafia?
That's crazy. We had the same conversations.
Yes.
But I like, huh?
I was gonna say The Rock gave Brandon his name, like he gave his full name and social security
Well,
number.
yeah, me and The Rock, we're basically cousins because we were born in the same hospital. Shout out Hayward Kaiser.
Same here.
Dang,
Right.
Children's Hospital, Oakland.
Right.
But I did like the documentary. I think that the documentary quality has improved, and I think they should do more documentaries like this one, go behind the scenes of the big pay-per-views like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. I thought it was interesting because as it was playing out for us on like the viewer side, it was confusing to see where the story was going to go, and then they eventually brought it together. It eventually came to a head, but to see the behind the scenes of how it came together was very interesting. So I vote that they should do more documentaries like this. I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I mean they did the like the day of like WrestleMania and Royal Rumbles and stuff. They used to do a lot of those on the 24s. So I'd like to. It looks like Damian Priest is getting a 24. So I
Yeah,
like the documentaries are coming back because they do these so well.
yeah, the
Um,
24s are really good.
it was a very chaotic day or just leading or time leading up to all of that as we saw. I like how we got the confirmation that Punk was going to wrestle Seth. It's confirmed, so we can believe it. You know how I like to be. But Brandon, we didn't really touch on this on any of our other shows in Marlee's absence. So what are your thoughts?
I've been making the jokes about this is just a documentary to like stroke the Rock's ego and give him all the credit, and I don't know if I was wrong. But the backstage footage was interesting. We didn't learn like too much. I mean, conveniently, all of like the key points of like, oh, when we decided to make it a tag team match, when The Rock decided to turn heel, was all behind closed doors, and it was all The Rock's choice to do all these things, which is where the memes have come from, and it makes sense because The Rock is by far the biggest name in this entire deal. He's a board member, so he would be able to call these types of shots. I thought the most interesting part, at least the most informative part, was Triple H at Royal Rumble. He told Cody at the Royal Rumble, "You're not facing Roman because that's been the plan forever." And he still said he decided to make Cody the Royal Rumble winner, knowing that because he thought Cody would be hurt by that. Which I see where he's coming from. I still think especially at that point where they know they're not going to do the Rock or the Roman Cody match, I think you go with CM Punk. And I know hindsight's 2020 because of the injury, but I think you could have that did throw kind of a weird wrench in the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, and then what you call it? Cody pointing at Roman and then him not looking thrilled to be giving up his spot. And I've seen the internet be like, "Oh, he's selfish. He robbed us of the greatest main event of all time. He went into business for himself." I mean, you could say these things, but yeah. I mean, and then the whole we want Cody and the Cody crybabies of it all. Like we have to look back at it when The Rock came out on that SmackDown, massive pop, and people kept saying we want Cody and all the trending. Nobody refunded their tickets. People were gonna go watch The Rock versus Roman Reigns. I mean, it whenever it does happen, it still will be the biggest WrestleMania main event wherever it happens of all time. The biggest movie star in the world versus the biggest star in the industry. You know, the biggest current star in the industry, and everything like that. So it is something. Yeah, we'll see what the build to next year's WrestleMania looks like, and if it's as chaotic or if it's just a nice easy pace. But good stuff. Good stuff. Outside the ring, WWE has filed a trademark for New Blood Rising. This was an old WCW pay-per-view. So I mean, they've been using WCW pay-per-view names, Halloween Havoc, Great American Bash. I believe that's coming up in August, I think. Yes. That's going on. Brandon, tell us about the newest member of the SmackDown announce team.
Yeah, we got Joe Tessitore, former ESPN announcer. He's done boxing, college football, a bunch of other stuff. He will be joining. He's the third man of the SmackDown team. So Corey Graves, I thought Corey Graves did a good job. Like, I didn't think they needed him, needed a new guy, but they have Joe Tessitore, who has said he's been a big fan of WWE, but we've seen in recent memory, they bring in sports people, Adnan Virk on Raw, Jimmy Smith,
What
Mike
happened to
Adamle.
Jimmy Smith, bro? He was pretty all right. I'll say it.
He definitely did pick it up a little bit later. And then it just he just stopped. So yeah, so we're bringing in another sports person into the realm of WWE, and thus far not a great track record. So we'll see if Joe Tessitore has it. And he has more he feels a little bit more like personality. He has a little more comedy side because he does that Steph Curry mini golf show, which is kind of tongue in cheek. So he can play along and he can have some fun with the wrestling aspect of it. So I have much higher hopes than Adnan Virk, who was just a complete disaster when he was there for Raw.
I forgot all about when was that?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. I mean, I remember him because he, once again, another ESPN guy. He's back on like MLB Network now, so I see him a bunch, and I'm like, oh yeah, you were the Raw commentator for a cup of coffee, and you were terrible.
Can you get the time frame, Brandon? When was that? I forgot about Adnan Virk.
I mean, it was
Marlee,
definitely pre-COVID, so I would say 17, 18, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name in
Was it
years.
that
I forgot
long
all
ago?
about. Yeah, it was.
Marlee, what are your thoughts about people coming in from the outside of the wrestling world to do commentary?
Um, I don't have many because the only other sports that I watch outside of wrestling are hockey and baseball. But just from that perspective, I think it's cool to
Oof,
get.
we're way off.
Yeah,
2021.
Yeah, see,
I
I felt like it was more recent. Okay.
yeah, I think it's just cool to get other perspectives. Like if someone coming from the baseball, basketball, football world coming into the wrestling world, it would just be interesting in general to see their take on how they would perceive wrestling. So I don't have too many opinions on it, but it's just interesting. It could work, it couldn't work because it's hit or miss coming from one sport to another sport.
Yeah.
Maybe we thought it was so long ago. He only lasted 6 weeks, from April to May.
That's
There you go.
probably why we don't really remember.
I mean, that's 3 years ago. Jesus. Yeah. I mean, doing commentary for something you're not really familiar with is a challenge. I remember one time Brandon and I did basketball commentary, and that was something.
Well, we were there, but we kind of got taken over.
That's true. I somehow I talked more than Brandon did, which I don't know how that happened.
Oh, I want to circle back to the Great American Bash real quick because I was trying to
Yes.
see what day it was. And it's going to be on Sci-Fi this year because I guess the Olympics are
Yes.
happening on USA Network.
Yes. Okay.
It's on August 6th.
Right on. Right on. I thought it was gonna be another PLE, but I think they're gonna do No Mercy. I saw, and that's gonna be on August 3rd, which is August 3rd. There are too many things going on.
That's SummerSlam weekend, I believe.
August 3rd is, yeah, it's a lot. A lot is happening. A lot is going on. Let's see. Damon Kemp of the Diamond Mine. He's no longer with WWE. He made that announcement, so hopefully he finds something else to do. Maybe he goes to the Indies or TNA, etc. Jordan Gray says her TNA contract will expire in January of 2025. Brandon, did you have something?
I was gonna say Damon Kemp, obviously it was a nepo play because of his brother, but he was like way better than his brother. Like the short stint he had in NXT, But then you can tell once his I'm already forgetting what the hell his brother Gable Steveson, once he kind of fell out, you can tell he wasn't getting the push again, which sucks.
Is that really his brother?
Yeah. He's a little shorter, a little smaller.
No, like, is he really Gabe Stevens? Really?
Yeah.
This is news to me. I'm what?
Right? What?
Okay, No Mercy is September 1st, so we're all good.
Okay. I could have sworn they were having a pay-per-view in August or something. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Wow, that's all news to me.
Yeah, you thought I just thought all the black people looked alike and they're all related? Oh.
Well, you said that, not us. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tough look.
I did get to
where's the email that's gonna call me racist again?
The Notes app apology incoming. I didn't really, huh?
No, I forgot we did have an email there called Brandon Racist.
I was gonna say I didn't really get to speak on the John Cena retirement.
Yes.
Man, end of an era. Like it just feels like my childhood is dying, one retirement, one property after another. So this was
I know Cartoon Network just went away too.
Yeah.
RIP to Cartoon Network, bro. Let's before we finish the outside of the ring stuff. Listen, Cartoon Network. There was a period of time. Okay, Courage the Cowardly Dog, who will be at Stockton Con this weekend. Go check it out.
Where's Adult Swim gonna be?
I don't know. Look, man. Look, Cartoon Network. Get Courage the Cowardly Dog. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Get Johnny Bravo.
Billy and Mandy.
Ed and Eddie. They taught me about the hustle. Okay. Come on now. What? Cow and Chicken, but my name's Cow.
With the red guy. Shit, what was his name? Bro, that one red guy.
Powerpuff Girls with him and I mean, come on now, man. Classic after classic after classic, man. They was putting out hits, boy, back in the day.
It's so bad now because Adult Swim has a block, I guess, on their channel where they show those shows, and it just solidified that we're just old now.
A block.
What do you mean this? What do you mean this is a throwback block? Like they show Billy and Mandy, Dexter's Lab, I think Ed and Eddie, and there's one more, but it's like a little programming block. Oh yeah, Dexter's Mom.
Dexter's Lab was another one that was another hit. Yeah, man. I mean, this Adult Swim. I mean, what was on Adult Swim? What did Robot Chicken? That was the big one.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I was literally just watching that. Yes. Want to know something funny? If it weren't for Space Ghost Coast to Coast, there would be no Adult Swim because that just solidified what Adult Swim is today. And another fun fact is Aqua Teen Hunger Force is a spin-off of Space Ghost Coast to Coast because they made their first ever appearance there.
What was the one with the burger and the fries? What was that?
That was Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Okay. Yeah.
Burger with Meat Wad, Master Shake, and Frylock.
When the Boondocks on Adult Swim?
Boondocks, yeah. Home movies.
Right. This is Didn't they have the Black Jesus on Adult Swim too?
Black Jesus was also on Adult Swim.
Yeah, with Slick Johnson.
If you download the Adult Swim app, they have all the shows. Like you can watch them for free. You just got to sit through ads, but all of the good shows are up there.
This is crazy, man. This is really Brandon. What are your fondest memories of Cartoon Network as we say RIP?
I mean, I'm a little older than you guys, so but all those shows definitely hit, especially like the Ed Eddie and Johnny Bravo and stuff like that. And
hey, little mama.
Yeah, it's a sad day, bad day. Even though I felt like Cartoon Network has been going out of business for like the past 5 years at this point, so they finally put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I mean, are kids not watching cartoons anymore?
Well, kids don't watch. They're all just watching YouTube. They're all watching Skibbity Toilet and Bluey and all that other crap.
Man, I got left at home in front of the TV, man, and I turned out all right watching Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, all the stuff.
The big three.
Speaking of Nickelodeon, shout out to Samantha Irvin wearing all that shirt. You know what I'm
saying? Anyway, Tyler Bate just had his pec repaired. T's and P's, hopefully he has a speedy recovery. There's no timetable on the return yet. So I wonder what Pete Dunne's gonna be. Can we get the Bruiserweight back real quick? Like, can Mike just kind of go on a run real quick?
Apparently he's just gonna wrestle Bronson Reed and then be a little pissy at Sheamus for calling him Butch.
Probably.
Can my guy get a shot at the IC title?
Oh, that
Pete
would.
Dunne versus Braun Breaker for the IC title? If Braun were to win it, or Pete Dunne versus Sami Zayn, give him 12. Give him 10 to 12.
I was gonna say Pete Dunne versus Sami Zayn would go crazy.
10 to 12. And Marlee, that's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
6 to 8 it feels like forever.
Screw it. Give him a world title match against Gunther. I don't care. I don't care if it makes no sense and you push him to the moon.
Okay, yeah, actually, you know what? World title match against Gunther. Give him 15 to 25. Just let him cook.
The chops heard around the world. You can hear that. Probably.
Bro,
Europe.
I got chopped the other day, and I haven't been chopped in a minute. And I was like, that thing be hurting. Brandon, you need to take a chop one time in your life, bud.
Yeah, I mean, I've taken some chops, but not an official chop. I'm not about that life. Especially Gunther. Gunther can. He's a great man. Great wrestler, great guy.
Vinny Massaro chops. Nightmares.
I've seen those. I'm scared.
I've yet to be chopped by Vinny, but I'm T's and P's when it happens. T's and P's.
Maybe I'll let Baby Huey do it, and he can pretend to be Gunther.
Man, I
think I can take those.
Don't feed his ego. Stop. Love you, Hubert. Let's go into the fan mail. Who for 20?
Who?
Mates, how much did the final boss character add to The Rock's legacy?
It's not done yet. I mean,
yeah,
this is probably his final chapter, so we'll have to wait and see.
Not the final chapter. Shout out Young Bishop. Shout out to the real final chapter.
Yeah, the real final boss, Vinny Massaro. Speaking of,
hey, right. Yeah, it's not over yet, but we'll look back at his career, and we can go from Flex Cavana to Rocky Maivia to The Rock, Corporate Rock, Hollywood Rock, kind of the Legend Rock when he came back and did his stuff with Cena and Punk, and then to the final boss. We'll be able to kind of break down his career like that, and that's cool.
I do hope he goes like full heel, which I mean he was doing this year, because like even if you go back to 2003 when he was Hollywood Rock, he still wasn't all the way full blown. He was kind of like sing song haha type, and so we haven't really seen like a full heel Rock since whatever, like 98 when he joined the corporation. So hopefully he goes down that route, and then eventually he's gonna turn face, and we're all gonna love him again. But hopefully we get like a nice solid run at a final boss Rock next year.
I haven't seen a full heel Rock since he was smacking around McFoley with that chair back in was like 99.
Or Rumble 99, never forget.
How
made Noel cry.
Yeah, terrible man. I've met Frank the Clown once. Shout out to him though. He's a great guy. Robert Walker. How far can this Joe Hendry thing go? How far can this TNA and NXT collaboration go? What if one of the other guys won a championship in the other company? What if Joe Hendry was the NXT North American champion?
What's crazy is I was low-key just having this conversation with one of my friends. We were talking about the pay-per-view when they were in Battleground. We were just talking about how if Jordynne Grace had taken the title off of Roxanne Perez, it could bring somewhat of an audience to TNA because God knows they need it. But yeah, I feel like it's okay for WWE to take L's like that, especially in partnerships, because it's like if you're going in a partnership, you want to make your partner look strong. So if Jordynne Grace had held the NXT championship, she didn't even have to hold it for long, but even if she just like held it and got that 3 count, it would have brought a whole new set of eyes to TNA.
I have a feeling at some point in time within the next 12 months, Jordynne Grace will be the NXT Women's Champion. But
I don't know. She's got to take it up with Julia.
Oh, hey, we'll see.
And Stephanie Vaquer.
Yes, that's also happening. We'll talk about that.
I have a question. Like, I don't want to be a hater because I like a good meme every now and then. Is Joe Hendry just a theme song? Because like he was on NXT, and like I'll be honest, I don't watch a lot of TNA, and I don't like watch what he does like in ring and stuff. He doesn't really impress me outside the theme song. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, see, this is actually a great thing because I was just watching Big Ugly. Shout out to the OG. I was just watching his live last night. He was saying like you can get mileage out of something. Like you don't have to be a great like worker in the ring or a great wrestler, but if you can get mileage out of something, then you'll get over. Hence Joe Hendry. Like, has anybody in the entertainment industry got more out of a single headshot than Joe Hendry? Like, really think about that. The one where he turns around in the theme song, that headshot. Has anybody in the entertainment business ever gotten more leverage and leeway and longevity out of something? Like, really think about it.
I mean, there's probably some, well, pretty person out there who has a beautiful headshot who can act a lick. There's someone out there.
But yeah, I mean, Joe, like he's found it. Like I mean, I was watching Joe Hendry when he was doing stuff in What Culture Pro all those years ago. So I've liked I've always kind of liked him, but like he's really just found it and it's working for him. It really is. Like I believe in Joe Hendry. If he were to beat Obafemi for the NXT North American title, think about that. Be like, your jaws would drop. After what we just saw Obafemi do to Wesley, jaws would drop.
I'm watching the highlights right now.
I kind of see him as a little less charismatic Fandango, I'll be honest.
Not the Dirty Dongo. Is he still in NXT? Or I mean, not NXT, but TNA?
I don't think so. I mean, I can do a quick fact check real quick, but like those 2 or 3 episodes I watched of Impact, I didn't see him at all. Sorry, NXT.
He was like, the last I saw him, he reteamed with Breeze. They brought the Fashion Police back. I think it was Big Gay Brunch. They brought the Fashion Police back and they fought Ali and Effie. That's probably the last time I saw him.
Well, speaking of which, he challenged apparently Fandango or whatever his name is now, challenged Joe Hendry for the Digital Media Championship at Against All Odds in June.
It's all that.
So there you go.
Anyway, let's go into In Brightest Day X.
Mr. X.
He says, congrats to John Cena on an impressive career. Now, I was never a Cena fan, but I do respect the contributions to the business. Thank you very much. Roman and the Usos with Sammy and the Wise Man in tow at SummerSlam to take out the new bloodline. That is how it's going to down. Maybe I'm probably wrong. We'll see.
I think that's way too quick for SummerSlam. I mean, what are we, 3 weeks away, 2 weeks away at this point?
I mean, if the bloodline is going to feud, I feel like it should happen at Bad Blood.
I think we're getting the War Games at Survivor Series.
I was literally going to say War Games.
We're building to Solo and Cody. Every single Cody match has been a main event, basically, or every Bloodline match has been a main event. So,
what if
it seems as though Cody Solo will show up and then Roman will make his big return at SummerSlam, a la Brock Lesnar at 21.
What if the main event of what if it's the main event of SummerSlam? It's Cody versus Solo for the title. And what if Solo wins and Roman doesn't show up? Could you see Solo Sikoa?
I mean, I do wonder what that finish is, because like, does Cody just beat him, or is there's always shenanigans with the bloodline? So,
or Cody could win, and then Roman's music hits, and Solo's in the ring, and Roman could be like, losing has consequences, because everything counts. Shout out Sam Roberts with the everything counts theory.
I feel like if Roman returns, he's got to do like a sneak attack where they play his music. He doesn't come out from the entranceway. He comes out from behind. He's got to attack. So
he has to do the whole kit and caboodle if Roman comes back.
I mean, don't forget that one SmackDown where his family was just getting beat up and he did his whole entrance. don't forget. They was getting toe up, man. And Brightest X says, I don't mind Tiffany Stratton winning the Money in the Bank. I was hoping for Chelsea would win for the character work, but it feels like every 2 minutes Stratton says it's Tiffy time. We get it already. Stop saying it.
It's Tiffy time, Mr. X. I'm sorry about it.
All right.
But she does, have that tendency. She even had this back in NXT, where she's a little bit too much of a cartoonish mean girl. So, she can lean a little bit too much into the Tiffy time and, too much in the toodles and things. And you saw a little bit of it when she was that promo backstage with Trish Stratus.
Oh, it's Trishy time.
I can see where Mr. X is coming from, because she does have those kind of mean girl tendencies a little too much.
Not the toodles. Can we get
I just think about how she based her character off Sharpay from High School Musical, and yeah,
at least she's not breaking out into song and dance. Like I can appreciate that.
That is true.
I can appreciate all that. I've said this before, I think, but I'm over CM Punk. I can take or leave him at this point. I'm one of those people that root more for Drew and Seth than I do for him. He makes these dick moves and tells people he'll kick their ass if they talk bad about him, and it just reminds me of Mickey Gall taking him out in the first round of Punk's first UFC fight. And yes, I know he's playing up this character, but it just doesn't do anything for me anymore. So if you want him, you can have him. I think I've had my fill of Phil.
Mr. X, thank you. I've been ringing this bell for for months now, and Phillip keeps saying, "Oh, who cares? People are going to cheer CM Punk." We have a real, not just me being me. Mr. X agrees.
But people are gonna cheer CM Punk. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's the bottom line,
I mean, Mr.
It's
X is the only
probably-
person. There's other people out there who are saying the same thing.
Maybe I need to go to a show and like really. I mean, I went to Mania. They cheered him for the commentary or whatever. But maybe I need to go like a Raw and just really kind of sit there and just listen. You're like, all right, let's see. I feel like I need to like really feel it in the arena. He also.
I like his character work because it just doesn't feel like he's doing a character.
Yeah, like I've always liked Punk because it comes off as this is him. It's not Phil Brooks playing CM Punk. It's CM Punk is an extension of Phil Brooks. Like that's how I've always felt about Punk, and I've always enjoyed his work and everything. And yeah, nice guy. Brandon, you can attest. CM Punk's
great guy. I mean, I wouldn't want to share an elevator with anybody else.
Right? Hello.
Maybe him and Lars from Rancid.
Yes, got to run it back. Lastly, Mr. X says, also, I want to say this. I believe in Joe Hendry. Clap, clap. From What Culture Pro Wrestling to NXT. Yep. You love to see it. Let's get into the SmackDown of it all. We have new tag champs. Congratulations to DIY. They won the WWE tag titles in the same arena that they won the NXT tag titles. So, nice little full circle moment.
Long-term storytelling at its finest.
Right.
So they split the tag titles up at WrestleMania. I mean, neither one of those tag reigns were very eventful. I mean, I know people got a kick out of Awesome Truth, but like the actual tag team matches, and then now Austin Theory and like, did anybody ask for an Austin Theory babyface turn? I don't think anyone has, and yet we're getting it.
I mean, what else is he doing?
I mean, that thing is dead on arrival.
Was he at his best when he was rolling with Vince and he was Vince's pick?
I mean, I think he was best with being Johnny Gargano's kid and being a dumb idiot.
All the way.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still hella young. Was he like 25?
He's still a baby.
No way of finding out.
This is crazy to say this, and he's been doing this for a minute. Like I was watching him
26 gonna be 27 in August.
Oh, right. I was watching him on the Indies in Evolve and everything, and I was really impressed with him. So I don't know, man. We'll see what's up with Austin Theory moving on. Inside the ring, WWE Bad Blood returns October 5th. It will be in Atlanta, Georgia. The last time Bad Blood happened was 20 years ago, and the main event was Triple H and Shawn Michaels. So yeah, it's nice to see that Bad Blood is coming back. I'm excited. NXT Heatwave, great things. Sol Ruka and Kalani Jordan. Damn. That was tight.
Hell of a gymnastics match.
Look,
just watch the recap.
Hold on.
It was insane.
Don't do that. Didn't Meltzer say that?
Yeah, I think him and Brian said something.
Yeah,
like
but then he gave what Ricochet and Ospreay when they did that match back in the day, like 95 stars.
Hey, I will say, as much as I'm an Ospreay guy, I wasn't a big fan of that match either. So I'm not jumping fences here.
My favorite Will Ospreay match is when he lost to Vader. Anyway, well, look, I mean, I guess the going for college athletes has paid off for NXT for the time being, because I mean, and so Ruka, she's raw. The springboard 450 clothesline. Are you kidding me?
Into the buckshot lariat,
bro. Like, I need Hangman to pull that one out. Like Hangman did it, then Logan did it, and Logan does it better. I can't lie. And then Ruka evolved the move. Come on, bro. Come
I think
on.
Sol Ruka's taking it for the buckshot lariat.
I need Sol Ruka to pop up on TNA and win the Knockouts title or something. I need her to have gold. Like, come on, bruh. She's it. I love it. What you call it? We have a new NXT champion, All Ego Ethan Page. I mean, 6 weeks ago, this guy shows up, and now he's the NXT champion.
On a fluke, too. That's crazy.
That was
He just got knocked out.
So Shawn Michaels, he's been doing the thing where he likes to do callbacks to his career. This happened on it was a fatal 4-way in 06 for the WWE title. He super kicked Edge and then super kicked I think John, and John fell on Edge like that and retained the title. So it was a nice little callback.
Favorite match, Obafemi and Wesley. I thought it was a straight, regular, big man, little man, babyface matchup, but I thought it worked perfectly. Obafemi, he's got it.
He does. He does.
And also the Rascals are back.
Yes. We'll talk about that. I saw Obafemi while they made it. I was like, damn, hey, that boy big. That boy's big, and I was scared.
I'll be honest. I think I'd take him over Trick Williams.
Huh?
I think I'm taking Obafemi over Trick Williams.
Hmm.
Hey,
I think Trick got the promo. I think Oba, they're both green, raw in the ring, whatever you want to call it, but I just think Obafemi, he's got something.
well, Trick's been working longer, so I don't know. We'll have to let it. I really have to stew and let it cook. But yeah, the Rascals.
We'll come back at episode 500.
Yes, the Rascals. What you call it? They got back together. Congrats to them. That was a nice little reunion. You love to see
Watching it
it.
right now.
You love to see it. Joe Hendry popped up back in NXT. That's right. He closed out the Heatwave show with the little turnaround. So it's nice to see things.
I did like the fan cam footage of Joe Hendry would just stand in the walkway for like a minute, so people just already saw him before the music even hit. So it was just kind of like that awkward WWE production, or just wrestling production in general, where it's a surprise to the TV audience, but the people in the building have see him for like 2 minutes.
I love it. I love
Yep.
it all. Moving on from
Also,
that.
thank you, Ava. Just great general manager for putting on a fantastic heat wave, and this promotion battle, or promotion between
Tribalism.
TNA and NXT just could not have happened without you, Ava. She is the best general manager authority figure in all of wrestling. Everyone show your appreciation to Ava.
Well, duh. Look at the family. Like, come on.
Look at the material.
Like as if he didn't already know. As if he's shocked. As if this is a surprise.
Well, I'm not. It's just it's in her contract that every single time we talk about NXT, you have to say thank you, Ava.
I mean, when your dad is the final boss, you're going to be a great general manager. It's not rocket science, Brandon. Come on now. Julie has been cleared for action. She's going to be wrestling this weekend or next weekend.
I think it's this weekend, because I did see. Well, never mind. Never mind. I know Jordan Grace and AJ Styles are both catching a flight to Japan, but that's a different thing.
As for Noah.
Noah, yes, that's this weekend. Oh, I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be fire. Might have to do a little recap of the AJ Styles of it all. Yeah.
I can't find the show. It's supposed Summer Destiny. Is that? Yeah, July 13th. That's Saturday.
Okay.
That's the one with Io Sky. That's the one Io Sky's on. Oh crap.
Okay, July 13th. Today's July 11th. Go get your free Slurpees from 7-Eleven. Go get your little free Slurpees. You know what upsets me about them? That they ended at 7:00. I'm like, shouldn't it be till midnight? It's still July 11th.
I should end it at 11.
These people, these guys. I mean, like the little free small one's cool, but I might as well just buy a big one. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about the bring your own glass one. That's always the best one.
It is. Stephanie, how do you pronounce her last name again?
Vaquer.
Vaquer.
All the white people say 20 different ways. It kind of pisses me off.
Just say Vaquer without the O. Vaquero without the O.
Vaquer.
Vaquer.
Stephanie Vaquer relinquished the CMLL Women's World and Tag Championships. She is WWE bound. I mean, have the match with Mercedes and I guess Hunter Kamanakan.
Sean confirmed it yesterday.
Right? The chef confirmed that the ingredients are being added to the kitchen. Hello.
Well, I saw a tweet and it was perfect. Stole the show at AEW, gets the bag from WWE a week later, goes back to CMLL to beat Tessa clean, and then leaves a day later without having to drop any of the belts. Something Terry would be proud of, brother.
She literally ghosted that show because she was backstage at Heatwave.
I love everything about it. I love it all.
I mean, it was very strange because whatever, the news came out yesterday she signed with WWE, but like the day or two before it was like, oh, she has contract offers from both WWE and AEW, and then just everything happened so quickly. And then now there's like rumors, or obviously CMLO not happy that she just signed and then doesn't do any business on the way out, and she's supposed to be at a San Jose show coming up soon, and
This
she's not going to be
Saturday.
there. Yeah,
Everything's happening on Saturday.
This Saturday, what's going on?
New Japan and CMLL are doing Fantastica Mania in San Jose.
Really? Who's on that show?
well, Stephanie Vaquer's not on that show. I tell you that.
Yeah, no, not anymore. But I think it. Let me look it up. Because I know it turned into a triple threat with Willow Nightingale, Viva Van, and
That's
one
happening
other
in San
person.
Jose?
Yeah, they come. Yeah,
Viva, that's sis. Okay, you go, sis. Okay. You go collect another one. Hello. Yes, sir.
let me
I
see
love it.
who's on the card. I know
What building
Gay
is
Kid
this?
is on the card. It's at Mount Pleasant High School, I believe.
I was going to say they're selling tickets on Eventbrite.
I just saw that.
Oh, okay. Is this like a collab with like Pro Wrestling Revolution? Because I know
Yeah.
they run out of the high school.
Yeah, it's a Pro Wrestling Revolution.
I went to one of those shows in high school. And it was so hot, bruh. And it was like it wasn't like really the summertime either. So I can only imagine it's about to be crazy.
I'm trying to find the card. Where the heck is it?
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that was in San Jose. That's crazy.
Okay, so it's a four-way with the DKC, Adrian Quest, Viento, and Kukui. There's an MLW World Tag Team Championship.
What?
Well, there was a Women's World Championship. Now it's the triple threat. I think it's Luvia, Willow, and Viva. And then Zack Sabre, TMDK versus Hechicero and Virus. Yota Sasuji, Calvinario, Gabe Kidd versus Ultimo Guerrero. Yeah, it's a bunch of tag teams happening. It says Civic Auditorium, but I heard it was at Mount Pleasant High School. So
I love it. I love it all. John Cena's retirement tour will include house shows.
Yeah, so my boy Wade Keller was talking a little bit about it, that there's like a rough plan for the dates. I don't know about, doesn't seem like opponents really are like super set in stone, but it will include house shows. So it's not just him showing up for like the big events. We'll see Cena on some house shows, which is good. He gets some reps in and maybe go to some of those smaller towns that won't be, in middle America that don't have like a major arena next to them.
I think what we'll do a So What Do You Want to Talk About, and we'll book the last year of Cena's career. I think we'll do that.
I mean, the main topic on his retirement announcement seemed to be Netflix, and so I would not be shocked if like his last match is on Raw on a Netflix Raw. So
I think he'll wrestle quite a bit. Like he'll do a couple of those like matches. Like it's 30 to 40 dates, so maybe we get like 10 matches on Netflix.
true.
I'm trying to be at a live Raw on Netflix. That's what I'm trying to be at. That's gonna be something. Oh, I can't wait. All right, moving on. Let's get into Monday Night Raw. Mommy's back. Rhea Ripley returns. Dominic finally defeats his daddy. Liv Morgan was stretching him out in the back. She jumped in his arms. They were about to embrace, and then that music hit. I was like, "Oh, it's happening."
Season peace to Dominic Mysterio. We will never
Right.
see him again.
It's
Season
crazy.
peace.
This man has to go home and tell his wife that his mommy came back and scared off his side chick.
It's a hard position to be in.
Right. Dominic Mysterio is a real Rhizosaurus Rex. All right. I love it. A real Risley Bear, you know what I'm saying?
but he's not the Rizzler. You guys know about the
Rizzy
Rizzler?
McGuire over here. Rizzy McGuire.
Not the risk.
Rizzy McGuire over here.
Oh, I
Dominic
want to name this
Mysterio.
episode. That's so bad. This is what dreams are made of. Okay? Stop playing with him. See, this is why Marlee is here, man. This is why she's on this show for moments like this. I love it.
I try.
Oh, I love it, man. This is great, man. Oh, man.
Anyways, back to the wrestling. I thought they played it up perfectly. I mean, you saw Priest take a phone call and basically tell everyone Rhea's coming, but they didn't say it outright, and it was kind of a happy accident. Maybe like the Undertaker streak, to where it just happens to be Dominic never beat his dad until this very moment, and they just like, oh yeah, he hasn't. He should maybe win this one, and then it made complete sense why he was so happy, and he finally was maybe a little happy to be with Liv this time. And then Rhea comes back and stares him down. I will say, a little nitpick, maybe you could have done like the Dom Rhea confrontation like next week, and Rhea just kind of chases after Liv, and then she kind of looks back and gives Dom like a look, like a stare, and they didn't like kind of get face to face physical, not physical, but like a full blown confrontation at the end of Raw. Just a little bit of a nitpick, but I thought overall they played it very well.
They should have saved a win this big for Raw on Netflix.
True. I think Rhea just needs to throw Liv into the wall like she did her. Get your lick back.
If we don't get the custody of Dominic ladder match, I need that. I need that callback. I need that so bad.
There was the social media clip of Liv watching everything through the curtain, and she just kind of like skipped away and laughed. So I wonder how she's going to play this, because the entire time she's been outward saying she's just here to like mess with Rhea and Dom.
I got
so it's
it.
like,
I got it.
How is she gonna, is she gonna like?
I got it. I got it. They do it at SummerSlam. Is it? I mean, you can do a ladder match in a stadium. It's fine. Listen, they do the ladder match, the custody of Dominic, right? Listen, this is a way for Liv to beat Rhea without Rhea getting pinned. She wins the ladder match, and then what's the next pay-per-view in September? They got to go to Bash in Berlin. Basically, you get this all the way to Bad Blood. They have a Hell in the Cell match. Rhea decimates Liv Morgan, wins that title back. Dom goes in for the embrace, and Rhea, boom, just gives him one big one and knocks him down. He's looking all confused and whatnot, and Rhea Ripley stands tall with the women's world title.
You could like have Rhea like not want anything to do with Dom anymore, and they are doing obviously Rhea's a babyface. They're definitely turning Priest babyface. Maybe they kick Rhea and Priest out of the Judgment Day, and Dom and Liv kind of take over and kind of be that 1-2 lead of the Judgment Day instead.
It sounds like Dom and Rhea need couples therapy. If only WWE had a therapist on call that they could call.
What's Scorpio Sky doing much these days?
Where's Dr.
Shelby? Is that the therapist they use for Team Hell No?
Yes, where's Dr. Shelby?
Dr. Shelby, that's the one.
What was Scorpio Sky's name? I forget. Was it Harold? I forget.
Harold got his life together and turned into Scorpio Sky, and he was doing all right for a few years until
he cut like 1-2 random promos on Collision. Haven't seen him since. But one of the greatest things I've ever seen in wrestling is I saw Dana Bryan and Kane graduate from couples therapy.
I'm proud of you. Got to witness that, man.
Tear in my eye.
A couple other guys that may need therapy and given their problems with each other: Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Punk cuts a promo talking about how he has the consequences to Drew McIntyre's actions. Seth Rollins comes out there, asks, basically wants an apology. Punk gives him an apology, but he can't really apologize because it's him. And then Rollins is like, "Now I will be the consequences to your actions." So, yeah, this is Punk just has these feuds, right after another. Let's run it up.
That is real, because there are some people I can't apologize to just because they're them, but it's the realest thing I've ever heard.
I don't think I've ever apologized in my life. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I do wonder what Seth is doing at SummerSlam, because it needs to be Drew and Punk. This cannot be a 3-way.
He's costing CM Punk the match. That's what he's doing.
And I mean, I didn't think this was a good look for Punk. I mean, you know, Mr. X kind of played it out about how he's kind of over the Punk thing, and it was like you said, like it wasn't Punk was kind of like agitated and he like apologized. He could apologize to Seth Rollins, and Seth like had some very good points back and forth, and like the Seth Punk dynamic, I don't know how it is in real life, if there is some like legit tension there, and maybe that plays into it as well to kind of, you know, raise the drama of the whole thing. I thought it was a really good segment. I thought Seth came across much better than Punk did in this segment, to be honest.
Mm.
And he just walked away, and then Punk, who's, you know, always has to get the last word in, didn't say anything.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens with this. Braun Breaker leaves Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov laying. Braun was wrestling Dragunov, and Sami came out there to make the save, and Braun just stands tall. Yeah.
Once again, non-finish to a pretty good match. Kind of a theme here with the Triple H's booking. Just a lot of non-finishes. But
are you saying Vince was better because we got finishes?
The thing is, when the product is hot and people like what's going on, like the Attitude Era, there's a lot of non-finishes there. It gets annoying, but people kind of deal with it.
But people want the Attitude Era back, so why, you know?
And that's what I'm saying. When the characters are hot and people like what's going on for the most part, they can deal with it. It's annoying. Well, there's, you know, actions to your consequences, and it kind of builds up a little bit.
Well, this isn't, I mean, really, this is different than the Attitude Era, because in the Attitude Era, characters are hot, everybody's over, and the match is eh. Now we live in an era where characters are over and the matches are, yes, I like this.
And I honestly like the idea of not finishes happening like on the weekly shows, because then it just puts that extra oomph when we get to the pay-per-views.
So what we're gonna do, like a triple threat at SummerSlam? I could see them doing a triple threat.
You don't get invested in these matches because you know non-finishes are gonna happen.
Well, maybe not every show. Maybe not every show. Maybe one Raw a month. Just pick and choose. But I can see a triple threat with these guys at SummerSlam. I think that'd be something nice.
Jey Uso, and then they got to build up 4 weeks later.
Yeah, Bash in Berlin. Jey Uso defeats Chad Gable. The lights started to go out. Sister Abigail was making her appearance. Jey Uso looked around, gave us the yeet, and got out the way. You'll love it. You love to see it. Brandon,
smartest man.
Yeah, you know, decent match. Had an actual finish. Jey Uso just went to the spear, and Gable didn't disappear, right? He just laid in the middle of the ring with the smoke.
He ran away.
Oh yeah, he did run away. Okay, so, and we got another vignette with Bo Dallas, and we got very intriguing Bo Dallas sitting in Adam Pearce's room. So we don't know what came of that. So I assume we'll know next week. And like what he talked about setting them free. So maybe like the Wyatt Six will be their own entity. They're not just going to be like a collective, which is an interesting twist, I guess.
Where can I get this whole VHS set so I can just watch it?
Well, I stumbled across apparently because I was talking with my friend who's a thrifter, and he like goes and see like VHSs. Apparently, I have like a pretty extensive like VHS and like Disney VHS collection. Apparently, some of them are worth quite a bit. So if you have any Black Diamond Disney classic VHS tapes out there, apparently those are the good ones.
Bro, somebody stole my Toy Story VHS. I hate it, bro. I know that was worth some cash.
Not the Toy Story.
And hold on, I have to speak on this real quick. They're making a Toy Story 5. When the hell did they make a 4?
And a Shrek 5, and they're both coming out the same summer.
I want to know where Shrek 3 and 4 came from, because I only remember Shrek 1, Shrek 2. I don't know where 3 and 4.
Shrek 2, and there's Shrek Forever After. No, Forever After is 4, and then there's Shrek 3, which is the one where they go to, I forget. I kind of aged out around 3, but I have like the younger brother, so I kind of watched 3 and 4, but I can't really remember.
Man, real ones know Shrek 4D, the ride, man. Real ones know.
I didn't know there was a Shrek 3 until maybe 2 or 3 years after it came out.
Which is the one with the Bronco chase?
That's Shrek 2.
That's Shrek 2.
Bronco, yeah, Shrek 2 is the Bronco chase.
Great bit.
Why do they keep making? I thought Andy gave away the toys in 3, right? Wasn't that supposed to be it?
Yeah. I do remember Toy Story 4 because they made a whole big deal about Keanu Reeves being in it. I just never saw it.
And then,
When did
well,
that come out?
Andy gave up the toys to what's her face, and then now they're with her, and so then they went on a road trip, and then Woody had to go get Forky because Forky's Forky, and then they had to go back and try to find the family, and it was a whole thing, and then Woody found himself, and he found Bo Peep, and then now Wood. Spoiler alert for Toy Story 4. This movie came out like a couple years ago. Now Woody and Bo Peep are living forever happily ever after.
Look, Toy
So there
Story
you
4
go.
came out in 2019, and I did not know this until right now. This
There's
movie's
lots to unpack here. Wow.
yeah, the Damage Control defeated Laya Valkyria, the underrated Kaden Carter, and of course Katana Chance. And then Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler come out there and attack. Got a new little
Philip, I was looking at NXT. It's so I'm looking at some new underrated talent. Is so Ruka underrated? I don't think she is, but she's on my radar as being underrated. I feel like she's quite
she's dope.
she's
She's
quite
dope.
adequately rated.
Yeah, like she's dope. We have this thing where people are underrated or quite adequately rated.
So Sonya Deville formerly underrated, and now
Yes.
Kaden Carter underrated, and now it's been a few years with Kaden Carter, so I'm trying to find some new underrated talent.
Right. But yeah, they got this new little group. I dig it. They all. I don't know. Does Zoe Stark have kind of like an MMA background?
I mean, she's always had that kind of like physical type. I don't know how to
Okay.
explain it.
No, she's always been a wrestler.
Okay. Yeah. Well, a little something there. Excited to see what this group has in store. We're gonna kind of speed it along. Osprey and MJF have promos. Then they have a match next week. What would you give this away on free television?
So they did or I don't know if they teased it, but I think they said this match is going to kick off Dynamite 250. So my antennas are up that this match is going to be a 30-minute draw, and we're going to get a rematch at All In. That's just what I think is going to happen because all signs point to this being an All In match. So my early prediction: this one's going 30 minutes, and it's
Dynamite
going to be a
250.
draw.
Damn. It's been 250 episodes.
Yeah, we're creeping on 5 years now. So I remember the wild card A's Rays, and we lost, and I was like, oh yeah, Dynamite's today, and I have to But anyways, but
Those first Dynamites were felt like the territories. It was good stuff. Oh, now the mighty have fallen.
Anyways, we have the Owen Cup finals.
Danielson.
Danielson and Page, really good match, goes on forever. Kind of surprised this was the opening match, not the main event, but we kind of understood why at the end of the show. Danielson wins. It can't be a Bryan Danielson match if he doesn't fake having a broken neck. Both men get bloodied, and he wins, so he will be taking on Swerve at All In. We
Did
get
not see that coming.
We get the typical awkward Martha Hart promo congratulation trophy ceremony. So yeah, this was a very, very good match.
I mean, do we still find it weird that AEW is doing this?
I mean, what's weird about it?
Because what was the conversations being had like when they first announced this? Like, it's great that it's happening, but like, he didn't work there.
I think it's a Martha thing because if a company killed my husband, I wouldn't want them doing anything with his name.
That's true, but do you think because like Vince is gone? Do you think like her views like would kind of change possibly?
No.
Well, I mean, Triple H is in charge, and I don't think Triple H, Owen Hart and Triple H were the best of friends back in the day.
Guys, that's a long time ago.
What's that video of that dude from? It was like the Gotti trial, and he was like, "What murder?" That's the energy you're giving me right now.
Oh man, but yeah, it's I remember that was like the talks back then. I mean, because the Owen, nothing really came of like what Adam Cole wanted. Nothing really came of it, right?
Yeah, Adam Cole and Britt Baker won it, and then they had the belts, and it kind of just fell.
I don't even
off
remember who
into the
won it
background.
last year. I know Willow won the women's one last year because they brought it up this year. I don't even remember who won.
This is the
men's
third one?
last year. Yep.
This is the third one because Willow and who did win last year?
Because remember
I
the first
see
one,
their face, but I'm drawing a blank.
because first one I was there, Britt and Cole both won, so it was a cute little thing. And then the second year, I don't know, but at least this one they put some sort of stakes in it. But once again, you put in stakes and you have, Jeff Jarrett and Pac and Ray Phoenix in a possibly main
I mean,
event
Jeff
of All In,
Jarrett
which
was-
is not going to happen. Once
look,
again, Jeff
Ricky-
Jarrett has been a part of this company for a long time. He could have been in the other ones, and he was not.
But I mean, how
Ricky Starks was the
continue.
one who won last year. Ricky Starks and Willow won last year.
And what happened to Ricky Starks?
MIA.
He was at BTW.
Yeah, that's. I mean, well, the whole Jeff Jarrett thing. I mean, he was there when the thing happened. You know. So
Okay, he doesn't mean he should be in a title. In the running
he
for
can't be in a tournament for his friend. That's crazy.
The point of the tournament is to decide the main event of your biggest show of the year, and Jeff Jarrett should not be in that conversation when you have Samoa Joe, Hangman Page, Okada, Jay
And
White,
you put some
Danielson.
respect on JEFFJARREET. Put some respect on that man's name. How dare you?
I mean, I will say he was a part of this match at the end, and he got over. I mean, they put him in the thing, which I wasn't a fan of to begin with, but they had a story, and he did get over being the enforcer and counting the 1, 2, 3 for this. So, Page not getting his match against Swerve, but he is joining the Elite reluctantly to be in the Blood and Guts match because Swerve is going to be in the Blood and Guts match leading up Team AEW. So, Swerve came out after the fact, no confrontation with Danielson, but he cuts a promo just kind of, congratulating Brian, kind of kicking the can down the road on that. But first, he's got to look at Blood and Guts, and he said he's going to be the captain. He's going to lead the way. So, do something Brian couldn't do and beat the Elite in a multi-man match. So, we're getting Hangman and Swerve in Blood and Guts. So it should be interesting.
Three people still TBD for Team AEW.
Right.
So Darby Allin did return. He beat up Brandon Cutler. He didn't outright say he's going to be a part of Brandon Cutler.
Oh, the video guy, right?
Yeah, don't show some respect for your fellow Brandons out there. But yeah, so Darby Allin came back. He didn't say he's going to be a part of Blood and Guts, but he's probably going to be a part of Blood and Guts. Let's be honest.
Hold on.
Drop the hints.
So you know how I just did the Who? I saw this thing on it might have been like a Facebook wrestling page. Some people said like the Who is like just lacks like a willing to research somebody. Is that true?
The Who? You mean the band?
No, like if like you mentioned Brandon Cutler and I was like, who? Like somebody said it's just laziness and people not wanting to look up like and do their own research. But if you don't know,
well, I mean, Brandon Cutler's been on TV for quite a bit.
No, yeah, but I'm saying like when they like if they bring in somebody and like and people are like, who is that? Like, is it laziness on people's parts to not do their research or like
they
just don't know who that is?
There is a thing that the AEW does not explain things enough. Now you don't need to like give them a full Wikipedia cage match rundown, but they should give them a little bit.
I feel like it depends because it could be a mix of people just not knowing, not wanting to do the research, and it also could be how the company presents the person. Because I only know Brandon Cutler because he was doing the camera work for the Young Bucks. It was a shock to me when I went to AEW and saw him wrestle. I'm like, oh, he's actually a wrestler. So it just really depends on how they're presented.
Yeah.
And how they're presented and if people want to do their research. Because we are in an age where people just want things handed to them. Like they just want everything like fed to them. And sometimes you just gotta, it takes you 2 seconds to open Google and type in a name.
With the Forbidden Door, it's like Naito comes out. That's someone you should know. Maybe you're not going to know everything about it, but you should know he's like the biggest guy in New Japan right now compared to like Hechicero or some of the CMLL guys who might not be the biggest names in the world. But if you give them like a little bit of backstory, you tell the fans why you should care about them, then they can get invested in these matches when they're wrestling the nobodies to build up their resume so they lose to the AEW talent Forbidden Door. There's a middle ground.
See. All right. Well, there you have it. Being the Elite doesn't happen anymore, right? I know Dark Order took it over, right?
It's being the Dark Order now, which I have not seen a single episode of.
They're still making.
I've seen.
Yeah, I subscribe to the Being the Elite, so I see it every Monday, and I just like, oh yeah, I forgot that still a thing.
I don't think I've watched an episode of Being the Elite or Being the Dark Order.
They failed to crack like 10K viewers.
You've
which
never
is crazy.
seen Being the Elite?
Like I've seen clips here and there that like go viral on Twitter, but I've never
Mar-
like sat
Marlee,
down and watched an
like
episode.
Being the Elite Cody is the best version of Cody.
Those are the
like
clips I've seen. I've seen Cody on Being the Elite. Like I've seen the clips and
like
whatnot, but I just never
fuck the
sat down and
revival.
watched
Welcome to
exactly.
Ring of
Yes.
Honor, all that. Like that 2017 to like what 2020? Like that. That's
2019, like right when the lead up to like Double or Nothing, or
Dou-
even a little bit
2019
to
Double or Nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Like once
2017.
AEW like really started getting going, the being elite fell off.
Yeah, like when Cody joined the Bullet Club to like 2019 Double or Nothing. It was good stuff. It was that being the elite was top notch. It really was. Oh man, Double or Nothing weekend 2019 was
The Jericho Cruise episodes, those are great. Like the Halloween episode, that was great.
oh man. Jericho
Speaking of,
kills Samoa Joe.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
they
he's
had
got to go
a
film Sweet Tooth.
yeah they had like a random Calgary street fight, and so Jericho puts Samoa Joe on a forklift and just like rams him through a clearly fake wall, and Samoa Joe sold it big time, and yeah, he's Twisted Metal season 2's filming at the end of the month, so it looks like Samoa Joe is got hit the road.
All right. Mariah May defeats Willow to win the Owen Cup finals. I like Willow's little callback to Owen with the singlet, and then she turns on Tony. Wow.
Yeah, match itself I thought was pretty good, and luckily this wasn't spoiled for me, and I thought it was like a genuine surprise that May turned on Tony here. I mean, we all knew it was coming, but I didn't kind of expect it right here, and it was a very gruesome, bloody angle. Tony just bleeding all over the place, taking the heel and literally turns heel on Tony and putting the heel like in her forehead, and she beats up
Damn, that's crazy. My
Luther.
version.
I really thought it
Luther.
was.
Luther's still there?
Yeah, Luther got
He
Luther
took
got
an
lost in the shuffle too.
Yeah, he took an off. He like gets hit with the belt, and he takes like 2 steps and does like a front flip off the stage through like 3 tables. It did look pretty. That was probably the worst part of the entire turn, but the Tony May aspect of it really did, I thought, work.
I've
I'm
got to.
being honest.
I've
I
got to
thought it
see.
was going to be the other way around. I thought Tony was going to turn on Mariah at All In, but I can see how this makes sense because they still have to build towards All In. And it was interesting how Tony was always saying watch for the shoe and she didn't even watch for the shoe herself.
And I wonder. I hope this kind of puts a different twist on the Tony Storm character, and she's much more serious. Because this feud now definitely does not call for her, walking around with no shoes on and doing
Nah.
funny references to her boobs or something. I think she needs to get serious and like, get like a real edge to her with this character.
And this is also good because Mariah May can do something that isn't Tony Storm's old gimmick, which was like
Oh,
that was my only complaint. I'm like, Mariah May is her own person. I was there for the beginnings when she was training to be a wrestler, when she was still a WWE shop girl. So I'm glad she's getting her big one, but I was hoping to see more of like what she was doing in Japan, that character work.
I mean, the whole thing is this movie All About Eve, where it's like the understudy of this famous actress, then the understudy becomes like the big star. And so this is definitely like what they're going for with the understudy Mariah May kind of taking over. It's a different type of story, but there's been those beats the entire time. And so we're, getting the full-blown heel turn, and it's August 25th, so we got 6 weeks to tell that. Maybe Tony Storm isn't there for next week or the week after, and then maybe
Mariah May has been with the company since November. Damn. Where have
Yeah.
I been?
Um,
Where
well,
have
because I was at Full Gear, and so that's November. I'm trying to think, like, I'm pretty sure she was there, and I thought she was there for a while even before that, but maybe like officially November. Yeah, good show. Once again, AEW, I think after the Forbidden Door stuff, which has always been kind of a weird time for them, now they're building towards the Blend Guts, building towards for All In. I thought another stellar show for AEW. So they're starting to pick it up again, which is glad to see.
yeah, I am happy to see that. Hopefully they pick it up and get that momentum really going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Ugly Dojo in Vacaville. Pull up. I will be in attendance. Come check it out. It's gonna be some stuff. Also Saturday, Slammed Heat SCW. Beatrice Domino's having a match. If you're over in the South Bay, go pop in. and go cheer on the Black Panther. And then, of course, Stockton Con is going on July 13th and 14th, Saturday and Sunday, 11 to 5, both days. A lot is going on, but of course, go meet the stars. You have Sting, Kevin Nash, Matt Cardona, and of course, the Godfather. You know, Pimpin' Ain't Easy. They will be in attendance, along with a lot of other great actors, voice comedians, collectors and vendors, and you know, the boy West Coast Design will be in attendance. So go out there and check out everybody, and go over to West Coast Table. That is going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Once again, Melanin Mafia pre-orders are going on. Small to XL is $25, 2X to 4X is $30. Cash App or Venmo, Sancho Demira. We are taking these pre-orders. We want to get them filled so we can get these shirts out here. We've gotten quite a few pre-orders already, but we want to fill them out. There's 35 shirts available. We want them all to be gone, because once they're gone, this is going to be it for the time being. It's kind of a limited edition thing. So pull up in the Cash App or the Venmo, Sancho Demira, and let the people know that you support the Melanin Mafia. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Be safe and stay dangerous.
Brandon, what's good, y'all? Let's go. Bullet Cast host. Look, this is the time for us to be great on podcasts. Let you know this is the time and how the vibe lasts. This is the feeling of time and where we on it. You know we got no time for no opponent, just the feeling. This is the time of the greats on everything that we say. You know we about getting paid. Every opinion of wrestling. You know we got the truth in it. Every time you know that we on, this is the movement. You know the Bullet Pass podcast been on. You know the time we on, the feeling. This is the time of dealing. We living life of everything that we feel is moving right. West Coast, you know we moving on. Metaphor Messiah, microphone Messiah. You know the down to the wire. Mr. No Days Off. This is the feeling. Know what we dealing. Let's get it on. Yeah, it's the Bullet Cast. Microphone Messiah. Mr. No Days Off.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.